Hey folks, welcome to the online part of our class today. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd. And for this week, what I'd like to do is we're going to kind of build on the advocacy stuff that we've been talking about in class. But what I'd like you to do is to actually go to the legislative site and develop testimony based on other testimony that's already been provided. One of the things I hope that's clear from the readings and some of the other class discussions that we had is that if you're going to build an argument to influence any kind of policy, the best way to do that is to kind of collect what else has already been said on the particular topic and not just restate it, but to kind of advance that argument. McNutt and Rashand both talk about that in the text and how that's important. So what I thought for this week is that we would actually do that. So I've selected 8 bills from which you can choose from in which there's testimony. And I just want to show you how to get there. So you'll notice here, this is just legislature.maine.gov. From there, I went to testimony, and I'm going to just click on testimony here. And this is going to pull up all the committees. Here you have all the committees, the joint standing committees. And I've just already selected a bill here. You'll notice these are the dates when the testimony was heard by the committee. And I'm just going to pick one that kind of looked interesting to me. This one here, it's called LD 160. And so if you click on the heading of LD 160, it's going to open up the bill. And we've looked at this before. You go right here and it'll tell you what the bill is. This gives you kind of an overview of what the act is. It's an act to provide reasonable compensation to jurors. And if you look down here, you'll notice that here are the folks who have actually testified on this bill. So we have Avery Dave from the Maine Bar Association, Janet Mills, the Attorney General, and then a member of the legislature. So if you click on, we'll just select Janet Mills testimony. Keep in mind that testimony takes 2 forms. One is written form, and the other one is what you would actually testify to. Usually when I testify, I create a written testimony, which I submit ahead of time, and then I take that with me, and as I'm listening to the testimony that's being offered, edit my responses so that I'm not just restating what someone else has already said. So here you'll notice that there are actually 3 different bills that the committee is going to hear: LD 57, LD 160, and then LD 259, all of which are similar in that they're related to the compensation for jurors. And Attorney General Mills is actually submitting testimony on all of them, even though it's listed under LD 160. If you went to 259, it would be the same thing. So here is her testimony. And basically the punchline of her testimony is that they should increase the compensation for jurors from $10 a day back up to $20 a day. And then she gives a little bit of history on how this has changed. So that's one. And what you would do is you would go through and you would read through the other kind of testimony and find out if there's a common theme. And then what I'm asking you to do is to take that and synthesize that down and come up with your own testimony, which is the discussion question that will happen this week, which is posted in another part of the class. So I hope that's helpful. The LDs, you can search a bunch of different places. You can do them by name, or you can do them by the organ. This is who actually did the testimony. Probably the best way to do it would be to search here using the text and bill tracking. I can tell you that most of the ones that I've selected are either from criminal justice, health and human services, or appropriations. So hope that's helpful, and I look forward to reading your responses. Thank you.